glasses. I keep putting them places. Now, okay, so let's see. Alright. Oh, I set the alarm actually. And I think I did 25 minutes yesterday, but we'll try 20, and then if I need a little bit more, I'll put in a petition for that. So we'll say 20 minutes, and maybe with a couple of minutes more if I need. Is that alright? But I'll hear with you first. And Sherry, can you tell me this before I touch the paper? Let's see. No, I won't. Alright. Okay, so let's see. You want to have, best you can, set yourself up so you've got everything that you need within easy reach. Like especially with watercolour, you'd be wanting to have access to your water and just have what you need beside you on the table, really. I need a drink of water. Okay, and as you're setting yourself up, you might find that you'll be looking over at Angeli and back at your paper, you know, in between all the kind of footering around that we all do. And you might be glancing up and seeing the position that she might occupy on your piece of paper. And so even maybe making some moves in the air, you know, that allow you to loosen yourself up a little bit and begin to plant where she might be seated on the page. And there's quite a dark at the back here. So I'm thinking like the shadow of the hair at the back might be a helpful place to start. But it'll be different for everybody. You know, you'll all have your own kind of thing that says, well, we'll see. Let me just, yeah. It's funny, you know. I never get complacent, thankfully. But also, it's nerve-wracking a bit, you know. No, that's the Van Dyke brown and the ultramarine blue. But really, any dark brown and dark blue will give you a dark colour that you might use to represent, say, for example, the dark of the hair at the back there. And you can see when I hold a palette like that there isn't a pool of water down here, but it is fluid. The brush is intact at the edge. So it's damp. It's not dripping wet, but it's damp enough, like. And I want to start by making something at the edge of the head, I think at the back there. Let's see now. And of course I'd like her to be back far enough that there'll be a bit of breathing space in front here too. Maybe I've started a bit too far forward, I don't know. But sure, it's alright. I think it's okay. So finding the edge of the back of the head there. Yeah, and as soon as you start, like, there'll be something to respond to then. But take your time beginning too, for God's sake. It's alright to kind of take a little bit of time to get into the way of it. So we've got where the hair meets the face here. And then I'm looking at where the hair kind of meets the temple or the forehead. So, yeah, just steadying myself best I can to kind of observe the direction that I'm noticing there. Where the hair stops and the forehead begins. And then up for the crown, the highest point of the head. A bit near there-ish maybe. And of course, it'll be different, like I'd say the ear now is going to shift like down there a little bit. Nothing is really fully decided, like it's just kind of locating things best I can, kind of as a starting point, kind of, and noticing when something runs into another, like, I'll just get that drip there. I was going to say that noticing, for example, that the hair in front of the ear there runs down to meet the hair that sits beside the neck here, kind of runs in the same direction. And then we've got the hair sitting on the shoulder. I'm going back here a little bit. So I'll make up a little bit more of the colour. It kind of helps me to, best I can, like, to create a bit of distance between myself and the painting too. Or or just feel physically like you're kind of aware of your whole, you're grounding yourself best you can, like. So letting the hair sit on the shoulder there, and then it kind of drifts back over the shoulder. And you might notice yourself kind of feeling like you need to do something that breaks the concentration of it, you know, the kind of precious feeling that you might be getting. It's quite nice then now and then to do something that's a little bit kind of freeing, I suppose, physically as well as for the painting. Okay, so we've got this running up the side there now, and I think I'll find something to make the edge where the hair stops at the top of the hairline here and where the forehead begins. And maybe you could also find something of the hair that's being overlapped a little bit by the forehead on the other side, or, you know, explains the curve of the edge of the face on that side. I'm just going to clean out the palette a little bit now, and
The only water you're using is what was on the brush. When you took it, the only water is what was on the brush.
yeah, so when you're using these brushes, yeah, thanks Sharon, so you kind of wet the brush fully all the way down to the metal bit, and then clean it like that, so that it's kind of it's damp, probably dripping wet really, and then you touch it on the paper towel. So the whole thing has had water on it, but it's no longer going to drip into everything. And that does hold, like these brushes anyway, and some of you'll have your own versions of these brushes, I think anyway, they hold enough water for a while that you can kind of make the moves, yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's, did I not dip it into the water at all there now, when I was doing that?
No,
Didn't I?
I didn't think.
That's interesting.
It was sat in the water, and then you took it when you started, and then you took it out and dabbed it.
Yeah, and maybe I didn't put it in again.